Hey guys, what's going on? It's McDonald23 back with another video, and today we are now 10 days away from MLB The Show 20, and I thought it'd be a good idea to take a look back at my statistics throughout the entire year of MLB The Show 19. Without a doubt, this is the year I have played the game the most, sitting at 34 days, 3,000 games. I don't know what I had in MLB 18. I might check, honestly, but I think this is definitely my most ever in an MLB Show, or maybe even any video game. So we go to achievements over here. There's a lot of these that we've maxed out quite a bit. You can tell some of these, like, oh my gosh, total bases. Yeah, we're killing some of these. The only ones we didn't do were stolen bases in complete games. Understandable. I don't think this is that accurate. Yeah, this says I went 1-1 in 2018. That's just not even right. Nameplates, obviously we got the 12-0 this year. Didn't go for top 50. That's the goal next year, but yeah, we did get that banner pretty early, but we still need to try and get the some of these. Yeah, we want some of these next year, or whatever they end up doing. It might be slightly different, but yeah, this year's been pretty good so far. We made World Series every single season. I went for it. Besides the last one, I didn't go for the last one, but I think I made it 10 or 11 times. Yeah, so 10 World Series appearances. And we also got, I forget where BR is going to be on this thing. I feel like it's here somewhere. Hold up, where is it? And it's all the way at the bottom. 3 12-0s. Not bad at all, man. Great year for the game. Let's take a look at some player statistics, see who the MVPs of the year were. This team in front of you, I have used some of these guys close to all year long. Some of these cards have just been here forever. And it's honestly kind of weird we won't see them in 20 as much. It's going to be kind of weird. Guys like Kershaw, you know what I mean? He's just been the norm. Guys like Goose, guys like Tony Gwynn. You just see them all year round, and we got to see who is the GOAT. Leadoff hitter Tony Gwynn, 1,500 ABs, a solid 360 average for him. Just the most consistent guy up there. That's why he batted leadoff. Just an absolute goon all year long. These stats don't surprise me at all. Batting just about 380, Roberto Alomar, over 1,300 at-bats, was just a goon, man. Ever since he came out in that program, he was on my team the whole year, man. This guy was just the #1 second baseman in the game. Without a doubt, his switch hitting, his fielding, all that stuff, man. This card was just a goon. Collection award for this year, Willie Mays. I only had 800 at-bats with him, but we still batted just about the same as Alomar, actually identically to Alomar. 379, a couple more dingers for him. This card was, without a doubt, probably my most consistent / favorite hitter on the team. Just had a great swing. Everything about this card was a success this year. Cody Bellinger, someone I picked up more later in the year. That's why he's only got 300 or 400 about at bats and 360 average. Not too bad, but there was a guy at first base I used a little bit more than him, and that would be Frank Thomas, the diamond fielder. 939 plate appearances, 350 average. I mean, him and Bellinger were both really, really good. I just wanted another lefty in the lineup. That's the main reason Bellinger came out. But yeah, Frank was an absolute goon this year. I loved using his card, and of course, his secret diamond glove. I think this is the last year he'll have this glove. Maybe I don't know if they're gonna keep it next year. I feel like this is the last year we see diamond defense Frank Thomas. So enjoy him. National League Collection Award, Rogers Hornsby. Just again, man, I don't know how many people on this team are batting 379. I did not know this. This is now 3 people. Willie Mays, Hornsby, and Alomar. This is kind of scary. Like, this is kind of... How did I do this? Okay, this is like that Chris Davis thing, you know? I forget his number, but we're literally doing that here. 379 with Hornsby. Absolute goon all year, man. I had him at third all year. I literally never played him at his primary, but he did just fine over there. Then we got Ken Griffey Jr., of course. He was obviously like a really good card last year. What I heard, I never used his Immortal. Too much of a grind for me last year. Didn't want to do it. But this year I got my first chance with a 99 Griffey. And honestly, he was really good. His fielding was a little bit whack at points. But honestly, overall, this card had a great swing. And I was a fan of the card all year long. Honus Wagner, a card I was kind of surprised to get. When first released, I didn't think I was going to get him. But I got him surprisingly fast. And I've had him for quite some time. At shortstop, 362. He's a goon, man. He's been good ever since I got him. Really solid card. Honorable mention at shortstop is Cal Ripken Jr. I'd used him before I had Honus. He was also just as good. I know a lot of people didn't like him, but I ended up just liking his swing. Things clicked with this card, but I did have to replace him when Honus came. AL Collection Award, Pudge Rodriguez. Everybody, or at least most people, did not like this card. They used it for a little bit. They're like, nah, he's trash. Get rid of him. Dude, something with me and Pudge. I might be the best guy with Pudge out there. One of the guys, right? We're almost, oh my, if we were batting 379, that would have been something else. But he is just consistently good. He gets on base, man. I like this card. His defense is fine. I haven't had any issues with it. I shouldn't really. But yeah, he's been a solid card all year long. My favorite catcher in the game, period. On to starters. We have Clayton Kershaw, who we have just had forever. I mean, 500 innings, and we're talking a 2.5 ERA. This card might be impossible to get next year. I am wondering how they're going to do it. But yeah, this guy is absolutely insane. We've literally had him all year long, and he's still shut down. Garrett Cole I haven't had as long, but 143 innings, 32-7. Not bad at all for him. Max Scherzer, I'll barely mention because I don't know, 55 innings, not a lot. 11-1, though, he was definitely pretty solid. Another long veteran, Madison Bumgarner, 429 innings, 68-16. He's got a couple home runs, I believe. I think I have a couple. I'm not sure where it's going to be. There are a lot of statistics, actually. It should be here. Yeah, 3 home runs for him. So, a couple times we hit one out with him. So, overall, solid card. Been using him all year long, just like Kershaw. Probably the best free card in the game, Adam Wainwright. Literally just a couple missions. Probably like 10 to 15 minutes, and you get this end game card. Used him all year long. Absolute goon. His sinker was just disgusting. You couldn't hit it. If guys don't like to hit the sinker, this card's insane. I gotta talk about Nolan Ryan, even though I probably don't want to. He was never my favorite, but we used him for so long in this year that he deserves a mention. He wasn't my favorite. He just never really located all that too much, but he was kind of hard to hit it, you know, to be honest sometimes. But, you know, overall an okay card. We got him from the reward path, so we saw him a lot this year. Lefty Grove is someone else that I actually really liked. 42-6, 2.5 ERA. Overall, he was really good. I remember people didn't like this card either, and I stuck with them, and I liked him. So I honestly could still be using him right now, and he'd be fine, but for the moment, he's out of the rotation. But honestly, this card was great, and a solid World Series reward. On to relievers, we have the Goose. Obviously, the most used card all year for me for relievers. 329 innings. He's a closer. That's how many innings he has. Ridiculous. 2.4 ERA. This dude was good all year long, man. He is just insane. I don't need the SIG. This card did enough. One of the biggest lefties in the game, Billy Wagner, when he came out, it was huge. He was solid for me. I started trusting him, to be honest, less and less as the year went on. I started to use guys like Miller more, but honestly, he was still really good. A card I'd always pick up. Trevor Hoffman, the guy a lot of people took out of their bullpen pretty early. I actually kept in all year long, rocking just about a 3 ERA. If you didn't spam this guy's off speed, he was pretty solid. Kenley Jansen, this guy was probably one of the better relievers throughout the last half of the game. When he dropped, his cutter was great, his sinker, just all his pitches worked, man. Really solid card here, just about 200 innings and just about a 3.10 ERA. Then we got Andrew Miller coming from the Modes Extreme. Definitely worth it for me to do it back then. We got a lot of time out of him. Pretty solid card. He had a nice release. I liked using him. Kirby Yates, remember when he dropped, he had to collect some of the finest cards. Definitely worth it. Solid guy all around. He actually had a really good ERA for me. 77 innings, that's a decent sample size right there. So, solid card. Didn't have a ton of pitches, but it all worked out for him. Final guy was Josh Hader. This card was absolutely insane for me when he released. I had under 1 ERA through his first 30 or 40 innings. He was really good. He's 21-3. That speaks for itself. This card is a goon. Probably the best lefty in the game at the moment. So yeah, there we go. We did a quick run around of the whole squad and the statistics. That was my team. Everyone was literally batting 379. I guess that's my thing. I'm happy with that. That's a very solid number. But yeah, that's it for the team, guys. We're going to hop over now. We're going to head over to the standings. We're going to go to the lifetime standings of this year and see where we place. So at the moment, probably won't end the year here, but at the moment we are at 229, page 13 of 25,000. 188, 61 record, 3.10 ERA, 308 average, very consistent right there. We had a great year. This is a great year of the game, I found my game, dude. From last year to this year, I really found my game, and we're even on a monitor now. We are getting better, man. And yeah, so this year was great overall. You can see we had a good average, we had a good ERA, just had a really solid, good year. I made World Series pretty quick each season. The only thing I want to change next year is I want to go farther than World Series. Give me that 1,000, you know? Let me go. And before we head out for this one, guys, we're going to take a look at some of the position players that weren't starters all year long, but were still goons, pretty much. So we're going to head over to average right here. Devin Mesoraco. easily one of the best catchers in the game. Gary Sanchez, obviously a goon. Grandal and Chirinos. These guys are like the top tier right here. This is the top tier of catchers for me all year. For first baseman, we pretty much covered Frank, but we didn't really talk about this guy right here. 83 overall, Jackie Robinson. 398 average. This guy, I know I have a decent sample size with him too. We had, what, how many games did we have? Look at that. We had 145 games. This card right here was one of the biggest glitches all year. At second base, before I learned about Hornsby and Alomar, before I had them, I used this Brian Dozier Team Affinity card. He was really, really solid. He was a very good card, well hitting. Can't forget about Scope too. He's solid as well. That gold card you don't want to mess with. Gleyber Torres also had a really good bat all year long. And then, of course, my boy Dustin Pedroia. Kind of fell off a little bit, but overall, I'd always say he was a good hitter too. At third base, I used a live series Bregman for quite some time. Honestly, at the beginning of the year, so I have some time on him. Really, really solid 300 hitter. Matt Carpenter and Pedro Alvarez. Just really solid lefties I can count on, obviously. Pedro probably a little bit more, but both were really solid in BR. You guys might sometimes forget that I did have a cap, SpongeBob SquarePants. I just didn't use him once I got Cal Ripken, but he was solid too. I liked him. Liked using that card. It was really solid, honestly, but I had to use Cal when I got him. Do you think we were going to get this video without talking about Joey Gallo? Of course we're going to talk about Gallo. 375 average for him. Absolute beast. Right below him, another beast of mine, Jock Peterson. Absolutely killed it this year. These two guys right here are lefties you're fearing to face. Duke Snider had a solid year for me. I didn't use him too much, but he was honestly not that bad. I probably used him for a little bit before he got replaced, but when I did use him, he was pretty solid. Same with Matt Kemp. Also came from the XP Reward Pass system. He's still batting 400, man. That's crazy. Mookie Betts Live Series card. Used that one for a little bit, too. I did end up pulling that card. Really, really solid. Pretty good hitter. We got that Bautista card as well. A lot of pop on him for the beginning of the year. Another really solid name. And then, of course, we've got Freddie Galvis. He'll be the last guy we go over. I didn't get to use him as much as I wanted to this year. Not too many plate appearances. Maybe like 50 or 60. But when he came up to the dish, he raked. I hope this card's going to be in Goon in 20. I might even try and pick him up day one, honestly, and just use him for as long as I can, because I think he's going to be really good. If he gets a diamond card, that'd be fabulous, but for now, he is still pretty solid as a silver. And yeah, guys, that is my look back at statistics in MLB The Show 19. Everything I've done with all these players all year long, all the time we put into this to get better at the game has certainly paid off. You know, things are going in the right direction. A lot of stuff has changed, but it's for the better. And yeah, we're getting ready for 20, man. We're 10 days away, and I cannot wait. And yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.